Good afternoon. Hi. Hey. Hello. How you doing? You doing okay? Cool. I'm doing okay too. Mostly. Welcome to Periwinkle Palace Arts, my place on the internet. Thanks for clicking on here. Feel free to chat with me, ask questions, talk about anything on your mind. Um, yeah, I'm Princess Bun Bun, and I'm here with my Bun Buns. And we do art here. That's what we do. Um, so, let's say hi to the bunnies again. Good afternoon. It's Maya. She's the fibromyalgia bunny. And I love her. We had a cuddle during lunch, yeah. And let's see, I got Khaos. He's my ADHD Chaos Edition bunny. Look, I don't know why, but I feel more silly doing this in the afternoon than I do in the morning. And Khaos is here chilling today because I'm all over the place. We have Patches. Patches is my psoriasis bunny. And she always comes to sit with me whenever I have to do nail care or maintenance because I have to do it because of psoriasis and I don't like it. They chill on my desk. Right now, I am kind of trying to resteady my hands. I'm happy to be back for an afternoon stream. And I don't always get to come back. It depends on how I'm doing. But I think that I often have like a whole different energy in the afternoons, and that's because I'm having to push through different parts of my daily crap than in the morning. Well, no, not really. It's the same stuff. It's just different stuff as I go through the meds. I tend to have a lot more anxiety in the afternoons too. That's just a fact, Jack. All right. So we're working on this little spiral. If you hung out here before, you know. If you haven't, let me tell you. I do these sometimes between tasks or before I start in the morning, and sometimes at night while I'm watching TV. They're really fun. I don't know what I'm coloring. I do have a general idea, like this is a mystery creature of some sort. They come in various books that I have, and they're called spiroglyphics. And they kind of help me focus, calm down, stretch my hands, warm them up a little bit. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to start wearing my fingerless gloves again. I'm about to head into the time of year that my hands just really, they're cold and they cramp up, and we have to do extra art exercises. So on this one, I've been outlining it in a 005 Pigma Micron and using the 03 Pigma Micron to fill it in. I do these different every single time, but this is the mode I'm in right now. Just kind of do the outline, come back and fill it in. Okay. I think I'm going to stop like right here. So if you ever want to know what it is that I'm dancing or humming, sometimes singing badly too, if you look right here, did I get it? Nope, I went too far, didn't I? Oh well. Right there in the corner is a little screen share from a Spotify mini player, so you can at least see what I'm listening to without me getting copyright violations, yeah? Alright, that's good enough for now. So, I'm going to try something here. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we're going to try it. I cleaned out everything behind me so that I can try to mount this on camera with you guys. So we're going to do that, and when we finish that, we'll probably come back and do some more work on these nails, and yeah. All right, so okay, we've got this poster board here. It's kind of bent like upward, so I'm going to be mounting it on the side that's bent inwards. I've already trimmed off all of the edges so that I don't tape onto them. It doesn't matter. It does kind of get like sloppy if you have to cut through that tape though. Oop. All right. I'm gonna unroll it the long way. Okay. Stuff on. Tape. I had a piece of tape I rolled on it earlier. It kind of stuck to the counter. I'm going to check this. Check the size here. Got that little rolled up piece. Put it on there pretty firmly in the center here. Okay. Right. So I think while I'm working on this project, I will have to only bring one bunny instead of the two extras, because there's not much room here, but we'll make it work. So I'll add this tape here, and I'm just going to go ahead and tape this down as smoothly as I can. I kind of don't want this to come over the edge. This is quite difficult for me to do by myself. And I'm sure I'm not making it any easier on myself by trying to be on camera while I do it. But why not, right? Alright. That's a good start. So what I'm trying to do is on these edges, it's a little bit wide. And I'm trying to kind of keep it from going off the side, but I still need it to be super tight. Somewhat super tight. Okay, so one of the things that we're going to need to do, once we get this actually mounted on here, we're not even close, is to pull up all of this clear plastic a little at a time and scrape it back down. I honestly don't know that I'm going to be able to do this here. But I'm going to keep trying. So I pretty much should have put it on the other side, but oh well. Don't do what I do. This is really dumb. So what I try to do here, is get it good and attached to the canvas, right? And then pull that. Make sure I smooth down the canvas. I usually have to adjust this a few times before I get it just right. So I'm going to come back over this way. Kind of tug. So this is actually on canvas, like, so you can stretch it a little bit. And also, the foam board kind of will start to mold on the edges to where you need it. Okay, so we've got that side kind of set. I'm gonna turn it over and kind of pull the same way. Oops. All right, so I'm pulling across it from underneath. I'm putting it like this. I know this seems like a lot of work. I mean, it is. But this is what I do. And it makes the rest of the entire project easier for me. My hands are fighting me. Ah! I didn't mean to do that. Okay. This tape is coming off. Okay. Okay. Let's try to deal with the top here and the bottom, and that should help with the other two sides. It's been a while since I've done this, and I've never done one this big before. Coffee. Oh man. I just kicked over a can of nail files. Let me start right here and in the center and pull up. Yeah, I should have done this part first. I'm so silly. Now you can sort of see. So I'm gonna smooth this like that, slap it onto this part. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done one of these, and I kind of forgot how I managed this. I remember now. The knowledge is not completely gone when I forget something. Sometimes it's just inaccessible for a little while. Okay. We'll do the same thing to the bottom end. And then we're gonna basically redo the sides. Alright, let's make this a little bit more efficient. Oh wait, there's a piece right here. I'm gonna lose it. I might lose it, but I will get this mounted. Like, I don't give up on things, you know? It's just, it's a blessing and a curse to everyone around me. So now, you need a really long piece. I'm pressing this down to the canvas, not to the poster board. I'm trying not to press it to the poster board. So, like that. And it's kind of hanging off. Now, I'm gonna, this is why I put it this direction, so you could see. So I'm gonna pull in the center and pull down. My son's looking at me like I'm crazy. I mean, he knows I'm crazy, but I'm looking back at you like, how many times have I done this in my life? Like, I've made you portfolios out of foam cardboard. I can make anything out of...
No, I just came out here to tell you and your viewers that you've already lost it.
Thanks. I was fine until you came along.
Nobody told you to have me. I didn't ask to be here.
God told me.
Yeah, okay.
Moving on.
I ain't even gonna get to that.
What?
I said I'm not even gonna get into that one.
All right. That's probably a good idea. That is my oldest. We mess with each other here. We really mess with each other. Alright. And another piece down over here. I need to be more careful with that. I have actually done that with the packing tape before. Slung the tape around and got it wrapped into my hair. Alright. The other side, same thing. Ta-da! I could be a sign spinner. I don't have that much energy. What am I talking about? I'll spin it twice and be like, I gotta go. So. On the canvas. Ouchie, 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 ouchie.
Do that.
Don't do what? Have an itchy eye? Don't start with me.
I didn't stutter.
Yeah, you did. I said ow and you started talking.
Okay, that doesn't mean I stuttered.
No, I thought you said I didn't start it. Right. Don't try that with me. So now we have the top and the bottom done. We can handle this side now. That's whatever. Okay. So I'm going to pull off a bunch of pieces on this one, on this thing again, like I just did for the ends. I'm going to do the same thing. I don't know why I forgot how to do this. Like, I came up with this by myself, so you'd think I'd remember it. Most people who do these, they like do them loose or just laid out on a table. I can't do that. I don't even know how they do that. And this is one of those things that I recently, in the past couple of years, discovered that I enjoy doing. And so I'm still developing my processes for it, and it kind of develops into something new every time. So this folds over here. I'm going to pull it at the center of the edge over as far as I can. And I'm going to take one of these pieces. And again, I'm going to stick it to the top of the plastic. It doesn't really, I mean, it might cause a problem in a little while, but we'll figure it out. It just helps it to grab a little better. I have found something to get me away from the news for a little while. I used to watch it all the time, to the point that I had watched every single video she had ever done, and I was like waiting impatiently for her to come out with the next video. And that person is Bailey Sarian. I absolutely love her videos. And so I blame her, actually, for my entrance into the world of true crime. Yo, I'm struggling. It won't come off my finger. Okay, this one right here is a little messy, so I need my scissors. Eve, get away from my fingernail files. Oh, mess with you, Eve. Eve is my dog. When she's being bad, I call her Evelyn. Go get on the couch, Evelyn. Couch. Evie, get up. Good girl. That's got hair on it. Oh well. Let me grab a few more pieces of tape. I was just cutting off the little corner that was right here from the top. I'm going to get this one right here at the very end. Right here. now we do the other side. I shouldn't have put that there. Okay. My back hurts. This stuff kind of wears me out. It takes a lot of spoons. Come here, tape. This is a mess, but I am a mess, so if you're gonna hang out here, you probably should get used to that. As well as me complaining about dog hair. I'll lay down, ma'am. You know, you really don't need this long of a piece of tape to do what I'm doing. I'm just being extra. Like, extremely extra. Stop, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to come back later on along these edges with the longer pieces of tape. That's close enough for me to be able to do the rest of this later. I can't, I can't mess with that anymore. That took a lot of energy. So that's pretty much how I do it. I just tape it all the way down. Now, I used to take washi tape, and I would put the washi tape across it and make like all these lines and boxes, but then I started using line guides, and sometimes I still do it like that, sometimes I don't. I don't know which I'm gonna do with this one. I think I'm gonna try it with the line guides first, and then if that's not working out for me, I can always just add the washi tape grids. That was a hot mess. Let me catch my breath. I don't know how that worked out for those of you watching. I probably won't do that on camera again until I have the whew, I'm so out of breath. At some point I will have an actual table set up with like a station for each type of craft that I do. Okay, and then I'll have filming ability, you know, over it. That's what I'm working on for my building. But I don't have that yet, so until until I go to mount another one and I have that area set up, I don't think I'm going to try to do that on camera again. It's not on live for sure. That was a mess. Okay. If you had fun watching me argue with that whole thing, hit the like button. If you did not have fun watching me argue with that thing, you can hit the dislike button. You can hit any of the buttons you want. Subscribe, the bell, you know, if you want. I'm not here to pressure you. Okay. I am starting to run out of energy, but you know, we still have to do some of this nail cleanup and finish the process there. So let's go ahead and get started on that. I was hoping to be able to get through doing more today, but it is what it is. And I sort of had this like magical thinking problem where I believe that I can accomplish way more tasks in a given period of time than is actually possible for any human being to do it. So, I'm very itchy today. It's just, it's part of life. That's what it is. Okay, we're going to use this nail file with the purple armor band on it to thin out the nail underneath there. Real quick, let me change my headphones. It's going blur 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 in my ear. And goodness gracious forbid that I should accidentally have some music playing on the video. YouTube will be like, no, spank. There we go. Coffee. I don't want to do this. I'm going to do it though. It won't take long, I'm sure. So I run, excuse me, I run this particular file at 4,000 RPMs. Oops. I keep moving my trash can in the wrong spot and hitting it with my leg rest. Okay. So let's do this. I'm just going to come underneath the nail and I'm going to try to thin this edge out. Don't try to thin it from over the top of the nail. Always thin from the bottom. That's how I do it. Try not to let it wrap around your nail like I just did. So it's easier for me if I come from upwards instead of pressing down. I don't know why, but my hand is a little bit more stable right there. Tap it at the corner. Don't let it wrap around. I do that all the time though. Right. So that's how I remove the most of what I need to remove, because it's mostly on the very free edge that it gets that kind of lumpy, thick area. And part of it's because it's growing out, and the apex that I created when I created the overlay is thicker than the free edge originally. So as it grows out, that apex moves forward, and when you file it down, you end up with the thickness there. But next one. So let's see if I can come up this direction so you can see what I'm doing. Probably not. This nail file is a little bit more difficult for me to use, but I kind of avoid swapping out my nail files if I can. I like to use specific ones for specific tasks. I know that it looks really dirty underneath my nail. I promise you, that is not dirt. Some of it might be nail dust, like from what I'm filing right here. But what's actually under there is psoriasis plaques buildup, or the scaly part of the psoriasis. And that stuff and the overgrowth on my cuticles is the whole reason I have to do this. Alright, that's pretty good. Alright. Okay, please remember that my left hand is never going to be as good as my right hand because I am a left-handed person. Here we go. Oops. Look, I went right across there. Looks a little weird. I'm laughing because Bailey Sarian just said something so funny, but it's so inappropriate. I can't say it. I don't know why she said it. Ah! I did it again. This hand's not steady. I'm pulling the flesh of my finger backwards like this so that I can get under there without it catching my skin. But even if it does, because I'm using it on such a slow speed, it won't hurt. Ah! I went across it. The gel on the top is still there. So it's not like when I go over it that I'm absolutely going to mess it up. It might be messed up, but usually not. This gel top coat is extremely protective. Yeah. Okay, see? I did it 3 times in the same spot, and that messed it up. Okay. My hand is starting to cramp. Oh. Ow. I went around that one too. So I do that a lot, especially with my right hand, because I don't have the greatest grip or stability in either of my hands, but there we go. Okay, we're gonna call that done. Okay, so I have to run and rinse my hands off. Well, no. No. Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Let me grab this, and we're gonna come underneath and clean the fingernails. I'm gonna leave my actual cuticles around the nail for another day. Oh, my hands are starting to hurt. And the vibration gets to my fingers too. Okay. And I only run this nail drill at 1,000 RPMs. I could go faster, but I feel like this is safer. So see, that doesn't look pretty. And it's not dirt. It's basically just dead skin. So that looks a lot better. And it feels better. When that builds up underneath my nail, it does not feel comfortable at all. I have to be careful when doing this because oftentimes there will be like a pustule underneath there that hasn't finished solidifying, I guess. But if I poke it, it'll start bleeding. But that's not because I did something wrong with the nail drill. It's just because when I hit one of those underneath the skin, it bleeds. That's all. So I go on the first pass, what I was doing is I'm going across the skin here. On this, I'm angling the nail drill so that it's kind of like this. And so I go across the skin this way. And then when I do it like this, I'm actually leaning the very tip of the bit against the underside of the gel fingernail part. The gel, yeah, I'm leaning against the nail, whether it's the gel or not, right? Ah. And sometimes I can't get it all out. There's a little pustule under there on this side right here, so I'm not going to mess with that anymore. So part of this for me is also not trying to be perfect because I have psoriasis. It's never going to be perfect. Like, there's a level of acceptance. I just have to accept it. Do. Okay, that's enough for that one. This one shouldn't be too bad. Lately, I've been really lax on the whole keeping up with this thing. I'm like, all right, I have decoration on them. I've got overlays. I don't want to do anything else. But I really should be doing part of my nail maintenance every day. I mean, it doesn't just affect my nails. It affects my finger skin. This stuff can start to blister up until the ends of my fingers are cracking open. I take medication for the psoriasis, and I use topical products, and I've learned how to do this, and it's all still a pain, huh, Patches? It's a pain. Okay, we're getting there. This will go a lot faster on the right hand, I promise. Ooh, my back is hurting. Ow. Nope. I caught a little spot underneath my nail. If I hit one of those spots, I just pretty much stop right there because I don't want to irritate it any further. And, you know, after I finish this, I'm going to clean my hands really well and put some ointment on that. My hand is so numb. So it doesn't look great, but you can you see how the nails are thinner underneath than they were, and there's less what looks like dirt under there. There's still some, but you won't get it all out. Let me turn this off for a second because my hand is like kind of vibrated. So it looks a little bit different, like under there versus right versus left, right? And then we're going to do the other side. Same thing. It's just going to go a little faster and probably be done a little better. And I forgot. I'm not doing the cuticle edges right now. Just underneath, right? It looks as if I'm being really aggressive with this nail drill, but I'm really not. I'm being very light-handed because you definitely don't want to dig in with your nail drill. And when you use a tool, you should let the tool do the work that it's supposed to do. The nail drill is here for fire. The nail drill is here for doing the filing. So, yeah, it's not going to look perfect. It's fine. So I've probably got like 6 months of Bailey Sarian to watch at this point. I just started at her most recent one, which was about toxic baby products. I love dark history. I like murder, mystery, and makeup too, which is what I originally found her on. I ended up on her channel because I was looking for makeup. So I like that too, but my favorite thing that she does is dark history. Again, I'm just, when I do it over the part of my finger that's under the nail, like this, I'm cleaning the skin. And when I flip it over, I'm removing from the bottom of the nail. You got this little weird piece right here. It's just chilling. Okay. This one's gonna have a little come at it this way. Last one. See, I got one right there. Whew. All right, that's about all I can handle with the drill today. So I'm gonna run and wash my hands really quick, and then I'll come back and we'll go ahead and top coat them. And we'll be done with that for the day. Let me put up my other scene for you. Here we go. I'm back. Right. So I wasn't gone getting coffee now, was I? I was just washing my hands. But how'd you like my coffee screen? I made that this morning. All right. I used this exfoliating scrub that I love. So it helps with the psoriasis too, but it makes my hands all flaky. Right, so for the spots that had a little bit of a problem, there was just one sip left in the cup and it was really hot. Whew. So for those, I'm going to make sure that they're super disinfected. This part does hurt. But we do that. We're going to clean the nails. And then we're going to put top coat on them. And after we do the top coat, I will take some triple antibiotic cream and smear it underneath the nail. Or ointment. Sometimes I use ointment, sometimes I use cream. It doesn't really matter. But I'm cleaning the top so that it creates a clean spot, the gel top coat on. Okay, here we go. Let me make sure this is plugged in. Yeah. We're going to do this fast. Okay, as fast as I can. I'm going to do the the left hand first. right? You always want to check the nail and make sure you didn't get any on your skin. We'll cure it. Okay, and while we're doing that, so I have a markers class and a pencils class pulled out to do. I'll set up for both of them, but if you want to, in the comments, let me know whether you'd like to see me do another marker class first, or would you like to switch to pencils? We'll do both of them, but which one would you like to see first? If you have a preference, let me know in the comments below. What else? Once I get the big diamond painting up here on the table, what I usually do, sounds weird, but what I usually do is, when it's a big one, I work on top of it. And what I mean by that is, it has this clear coating on the top, and I'll take my boards or whatever, like this, and I'll put it over the diamond painting and work on top of it. So I'll be able to do other things as well while I work on it. Make sure there's none on the skin. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 of them at a time on my fingers. And I'm putting a really thick layer on. I do that when I'm retouching them. We don't do that when we're actually doing them. We do 2 thin coats. I always make sure that I cap the free edge, and sometimes I go a little further than that, because this is how I encapsulate my nails. Alright. Get any gel off of there that's on the skin. Sometimes I need to use the paper towel. It's got a little bit of rubbing alcohol on it, so get it right off. You don't want it to flood your cuticles. 60 seconds, 60 seconds. I have to figure out what to say for 60 seconds. Anyway, so we have the 2 classes, markers and pencils. We have the diamond painting. What else? I have some other things. Oh, I'm also going to start doing some altar clothing soon. That'll be fun. And of course, I'll be redoing my nails probably next week, unless I decide to make these last even longer. Sometimes I'll let the nail grow out so far that the design turns into more of like a French tip, like an inverted French tip, and I'll just leave it like that and keep putting the overlay on. My hand's cramping, but I can do this. All right. I feel like I'm more successful at getting in an afternoon session on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday than I am Thursday and Friday. Maybe it's an energy level thing. I don't know. I really like doing the afternoons too, so I don't want to like say, oh, I'm never gonna do it. Don't expect it, but may have to. We'll figure it out. Of course, I still have a lot of med changes coming up too. It takes a long time when you're changing multiple meds to get everything like re-leveled properly. And I don't know, but that doesn't seem to be like a logical factor for why. This is why we love gel, because like it's done. You don't have to wait for it to dry. Okay. I'm not trying to get too strict with my schedule with this. Kind of just letting it flow and see where it goes. Flow and see where it goes. Look, I made a rhyme. That's pretty much what I've got coming up this week. Maybe. I can't promise anything. I love Panic at the Disco. Check to make sure there's no gel on the finger skin. No, when I finish the gel here, I'm going to slap on my favorite cuticle oil on all of the nails, and I'll be done for now. And we're gonna go as soon as I'm done, because I'm tired. That's why. Also, I'm trying to get out of here before my alarm goes off for my meds, because it's really loud and annoying. The most boring 60 seconds in the world. It's the most boring 60 seconds in the world. When you have to cure your nails and you're really bored, make up a song and sing it during the most boring 60 seconds in the world. Okay. What am I doing? Almost done, guys. And then I will let y'all get out of here for the day. And I will see you again around 8:30 tomorrow morning. Hopefully I will be on time and not an hour and a half late. I don't know how late I was this morning. I never even looked. Because then I would have to do math. And I'm not good at clocks or math. I can do it if I have to. But why would I waste the mental spoons? Okay. La 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 la. I know my fingernails still look kind of like a hot mess. There's a lot of growth going on there and such, but they look better underneath. I break these things down into small parts so that I don't get overtired, and so that I can more easily keep up with it. Instead of doing my nails once every 2 weeks, I do a little bit every day. Not on camera, not live every day, but sometimes I sit in my bed with a big blanket laid over me to catch any dust and stuff, and I do my nails. All done. Close up the gel. And then literally I slap this on. My nails are super dry today, so I will probably end up using the antibiotic ointment. It helps to hydrate them too. Look, my fingers just soaking that oil in. It's just soaking it in. I always put a little bit over my little knuckle bump. All right. Like I said, I will be back here with you guys around 8:30 tomorrow morning, and we will carry on with our projects. Thank you for hanging out with me today, or for watching this later. I don't have very many followers, so I will definitely reply to your comments if you leave them. Like, I'm not big time, okay? I don't want to be big time, okay? I'm not ready for that. I will definitely read your comments. If you enjoyed hanging out, you can definitely hit the like button. You can also, if you didn't enjoy hanging out, hit the dislike button. I'm not gonna have my feelings hurt. If you want to, you can subscribe, you can hit notifications. If you want to, you don't have to. You know that, right? You don't have to. Let's rub this in really good. I'm going to get off of here and go check on my husband, because when he went to the doctor, they told him he has strep throat again, which is probably why my throat's been a little scratchy. So I probably have strep throat too, which isn't great for me. But anyway, yeah, that's it. We're done. Thanks for hanging out at Periwinkle Palace Arts. I'm Princess Bun Bun, here with my Bun Buns. We did art today. That's what we do here. Art. Bye!